A good evening to you all, and thank you for joining us here on Rwanda Television News tonight. We do hope you had yourselves a productive Tuesday. Now, here's a sneak peek of our edition. The government of Rwanda has received a 40 million euro grant from the European Union, equivalent to more than 67 billion Rwandan francs, to support climate-resilient agriculture and environmental conservation. Senior government officials have called on players in Rwanda's creative industry to play a greater role in combating drug abuse among young people and to use their talents to contribute to the country's development. On the international scale, Kenyan athletes received a hero's welcome in Nairobi on Monday after returning from the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games with the country's best performance in more than a decade, winning 12 medals. We're glad to have your company tonight, coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali. My name is Martina Abera. Now, the government of Rwanda has received a 40 million euro grant from the European Union, equivalent to more than 67 billion Rwandan francs, to support climate-resilient agriculture and environmental conservation. We have more coming from Enora Gladys.
Some farmers say that the lack of irrigation systems is one of the reasons behind low agricultural productivity. Through the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, Rwanda and the European Union have signed an agreement known as Hangaribihe. The agreement provides a 40 million euros grant, equivalent to more than 67 billion Rwandan francs, to support climate-resilient agriculture and environment protection. The Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Dr. Telesphore Ndabamenye, says the funds will mainly support projects aimed at increasing agricultural production, including expanding irrigation systems for both small-scale and large-scale farmers.
There
are irrigation technologies designed for small-scale farming and others intended for large-scale agriculture. Irrigation technology itself is not new to us. We have already been using it. This project is coming to strengthen and complement those existing efforts, with a particular focus on increasing agricultural productivity in marshlands, as we have previously explained. The project will also promote improved farming practices to ensure that the land we have is better protected from soil erosion, while continuing conservation efforts to improve its fertility. Whether a farmer is a small scale or large scale, all these interventions are intended to benefit them. At the same time, the project places great emphasis on environmental conservation so that agricultural development and environmental protection go hand in hand. As you know, if we fail to protect the environment, the consequences of climate change become more severe, leading to reduced rainfall at times and flooding at others.
The outgoing European Union ambassador to Rwanda, Belen Calvo Uyara, said that the agreement is a result of the existing partnership between Rwanda and the EU, particularly in the agriculture sector.
This is not the beginning of a new journey, it's the continuation of a journey that we started together some years ago. So the first phase of a climate-smart agriculture budget support program achieved something quite remarkable, was to bring together these two agendas, the climate-smart and the agriculture one. And now this is embedded in your national strategy for transformation. So we started with the support to small producers, and this has become and evolved in a broader way of thinking about this sector. So now we see the climate smart principles that being embraced well beyond agriculture, including in areas such as climate smart infrastructure. It has been greening the budget and working also on climate finance activities, demonstrating Rwanda's commitment to integrating climate resilience across the sectors. So this second phase builds on this success in this transformational impact and it will continue supporting reform, strengthening institutions, and mobilizing complementary support to translate the ambitious policies into tangible results for farmers, for rural communities, and for future generations. So for me personally, this is particularly meaningful as I come to a close to my tenure in Rwanda. This is an area where we've been working together in the past 4 years, and I'm very pleased to see that we opened the door for a continued cooperation in this key sector of the economy of Rwanda.
The Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning indicates that the European Union's multi-year partnership program with Rwanda, running from 2021 to 2027, has approved a total financial support package of 390 million euros. The funding is aimed at supporting various sectors, including education, youth skills development, job creation, and other areas.
The plenary sitting of the Chamber of Deputies has adopted a series of resolutions, including one urging the Ministry of Justice, in collaboration with the National Public Prosecution Authority, to investigate the misuse of public funds by several government institutions, as highlighted in the latest report of the Office of the Auditor General of State Finances. We have more.
According to an analysis conducted by the Parliamentary Public Accountants Committee, PAC, on the Office of the Auditor General's report for the 2024-2025 fiscal year, which ended on 30th June 2025, audits were carried out on the financial statements and legal compliance of 252 public institutions. The audit revealed numerous irregularities, particularly involving the misuse and mismanagement of public funds in several government institutions, financed through the national budget. These findings formed the basis for a resolution to be submitted to the government, calling on the Ministry of Justice to work with the National Public Prosecution Authority to conduct thorough investigations into institutions where the irregularities may constitute criminal offences, including the embezzlement of public funds, as explained by the chairperson of the Public Accountants Committee, Honorable Valence Muhakwa.
Iteko niba rivuga ko kugira ngo ibikoresho bigurwe.
The law requires that before equipment is purchased, there must first be a clear needs assessment and a well-defined justification showing the purpose it will serve. However, when you find that such equipment was purchased, stored, and that additional costs were even incurred for renting storage facilities, this is an issue that requires further review to determine whether there are other underlying factors beyond what is immediately visible. It is similar to saying that 3 billion Rwandan francs were spent but the supporting documents are missing. The matter should not end there by simply saying that the documents were lost, because the law requires that every expenditure must have documentation showing how the funds were used. That is why we are requesting that the matter be referred to investigative authorities and the justice system for further follow-up.
Niyo mpamvu rero tusaba ko bijya mu rwego rw'iperereza n'ubutabera bigakurikirana.
Members of the parliament also questioned why some public institutions had paid large advance sums for projects that remained unimplemented for extended periods, while also raising concerns over irregularities in public procurement processes.
There
is a serious issue regarding the payment of advances, Honorable Speaker. I would like to understand the reason behind this practice, because it can involve concealing funds and misleading Minecofin by reporting that the money has already been spent in the quarterly reports submitted by institutions that received those funds. This raises serious concerns, and it is one of the factors contributing to delays in procurement processes. It can also create room for other problems, including corruption, because it becomes difficult to determine how those funds were used during the period of nearly 1 year, as highlighted in the report. Another resolution to be submitted to the government calls on the Prime Minister to address the persistent challenges affecting the implementation of the national program to combat child malnutrition and stunting through the provision of nutritional supplements. Members of Parliament noted that an assessment found little progress had been made in implementing a resolution adopted by the Chamber of Deputies on 1st November 2023 and submitted to the Ministry of Gender and Family Promotion, with the responsible institutions failing to effectively implement the recommended measures.
Senior government officials have called on players in Rwanda's creative industry to play a greater role in combating drug abuse among people and to use their talents to contribute to the country's development. We have more coming from Adams Kwizera.
During the discussions, artists reaffirmed their understanding of the important role they play in national development. Musician Gwangabo Busa Nelson, also known as Nel Ngabo, said artists should serve as a positive role models for young people, noting that many youth look up to them and aspire to follow their footsteps. However, the dialogue also brought together investors in the creative industry who stressed that professionalism and responsible conduct are essential for the sector's growth. Karomba Gayel noted that the investment is unlikely to thrive in an environment associated with drug abuse and other behaviors that are consistent with the country's values. Minister of Health, Dr. Sabin Sanzimana, specifically urged artists to take an active role in raising awareness about the dangers of drug abuse and to use their platforms to help protect young people from substance addiction. Government spokesperson Yolande Makoro commended those working in the creative sector for their contribution to Rwanda's development, saying they have the ability to inspire positive change and influence society in meaningful ways.
You guys in the music industry, you're such a beautiful part of the Rwandan story. You really are. I'll give you my own example, but I carry Rwandan music with me everywhere I go, and I've traveled a lot. All my playlists, it's a good thing that a lot of you on Spotify, so I have a long playlist of like 150 songs that I listen to all the time. There's nothing better than walking through an airport with your earplugs on, just listening to Rwandan music wherever you are in the world, whether it's Benin or Botswana or Sri Lanka. I carry Rwanda music with me wherever I go. When I'm in a car, in a cab, or in a car somewhere with a government delegation, we always say, put on the Bluetooth, we're playing Rwandan music in this car. And they love it. And they ask for it. Like, can you send me that playlist? So really, you're doing amazing things, and we hope to continue working with you to do even more. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for including us. We look forward to working with you and to interacting with you today, and especially to building together a really vibrant, successful society.
Participants left the meeting with a renewed commitment to actively fight drug abuse and encourage their audiences and followers to stay away from drugs and other harmful substances. The dialogue brought together more than 200 participants, including artists, music industry investors, music producers and DJs, as well as senior government officials. Adams Kwizera, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for that report. The Archbishop of Kigali, Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, has urged participants at the International Conference of Catholic Media and Communication Professionals currently taking place in Rwanda to use artificial intelligence responsibly by promoting messages that build people up rather than tear them down. And Gladys with more.
More than 300 media and communication professionals from the Catholic Church, representing institutions from diocesan level to the Vatican and coming from 40 countries, have gathered in Kigali for the conference. The participants are discussing how the Church's media and communication sector can keep pace with the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence. They say the use of AI in communication requires wisdom, ethical judgment, and responsibility.
Communication in the digital age is much advanced, especially as you know, the use of artificial intelligence. As you know, journalists, how can we use responsibly artificial intelligence in the era of digital or in this digital age? So this Congress is to make all the communicators get all the informations.
The Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Rwanda Governance Board, Dr. Felicien Usengumukiza, says the government has begun engaging faith-based organizations on how to make responsible and effective use of artificial intelligence in communicating with the public.
We are witnessing an epidemic of digital isolation, where algorithms designed to maximize engagement often amplify division, echo chambers, and misinformation. As Catholic communicators, your charge is to counter this drift with a robust framework of digital ethics rooted in human dignity. I urge you to champion technology that serves the human person rather than exploit them. This means advocating for transparency in AI, fighting data exploitation, and ensuring that the digital spaces remain safe, inclusive, and truthful. Our digital ethics must ensure that the vulnerable are not left behind in the name of progress. Let us always remember that behind every screen, every pixel, and every data point is a human soul seeking connection, through, and community.
The Archbishop of Kigali, Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, emphasized that artificial intelligence should never be used to spread messages that harm or divide people, but rather to promote truth, human dignity, and the common good.
Communication plays in today's world. The Church must continue investing in Catholic media so that it can enlighten the society, proclaim the gospel effectively, and help prevent misuse of emerging communication technologies. We therefore call for greater solidarity among Catholic media organizations and church communication offices so that by working together in synodality, we may build together a credible Catholic media capable of serving both the church and contemporary society.
This is the first time that the Cygnus World Congress, the international gathering of Catholic media and communication professionals, has been held in Africa. Participants are expected to adopt key resolutions and set the organization's strategic direction for the next 4 years. Enora Gladys, RwandaTV News.
On that note, we've come to the end of tonight's English Bulletin. On behalf of the news production team and the technical team, thank you for sticking with us on RwandaTV News. My name is Martina Avera, and until next time, stay safe and have a good night.